I'm Joey Bray. I'm the current keeper of the 1907 Dolson automobile, which was manufactured right here in Charlotte, not more than a block away from its current house right here behind Bray Funeral Home. I'm the lucky person who gets to be the custodian of this car after we chased it around the country for 35 years to bring it back home to our town. Let it percolate down in there. Crank the shaft, turn the crankshaft over, move the pistons, make the spark plugs fire. Boom, 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 boom. Sounds pretty easy. And under the right conditions it is. Get it engaged on the dogs there. Let's see if this will turn over the first time. How about that? Alright, up here on the right is the old Dolson factory. This is where this car was built in 1907. They started making cars here in 1902 and built them up until 1908 when they ran out of money. There were probably 100 car or 1,000 car companies in the state of Michigan in the early 1900s, and many others throughout the country. Kind of interesting, this car went from this factory, probably drove down this road and down past the test track we're going to be on in a minute. And then it was probably drove back here, loaded onto a train and sent to Boston, where we think it was sold in Boston originally. Ended up years after the family who had ever bought it turned it into a junkyard, and the junkyard kept the car as an early piece of automotive history and basically started the first auto museum, one of the early auto museums in the country. That was always a piece of interesting lore. Then it was sold to another automobile museum in Pennsylvania, where a group of our buddies found it. And they came back and we formed a group of people called Friends of the Dolson to buy this car. We raised money, went to an auction, and we got outbid. That was in 1983. Then fast forward to 2012, it came up for auction of all places in Plymouth, Michigan. This time, instead of 40 people going after it, there was only 3 of us. And luckily, we were outbid before our checkbook ran out. That was how we were able to bring it home. Now we're headed down the first leg of the test track. Lore has it this is where they tested all the Dolsons, ran them down around this little oval down here, which now they know this is Court Street. One of the 3 remaining gravel streets we have in town, and as you can see, it's smoother than some of the paved streets we have in town this year. I can't imagine they got the cannonball up to 70 miles an hour on this one, but I tell you, just 15 or 20 or whatever we're doing feels fast enough out here. We're only in second gear. Come around the bank turn and out onto Pearl Street. Whoa! Woohoo! High-speed wobble. How you doing? Well, this 1907 Dolson Model H is actually the scariest car to drive on the entire planet. Here we are going down the old Lawrence Avenue. This is one of the main streets, the main 4 streets in town are Boswick, Lawrence Avenue, Cochran, and Harris Street. They're actually extra wide if anybody ever looks at them because they're meant to be the main business thoroughfares in town. Unfortunately, the only one that's really built up into a business district was down Cochran. Downtown looked a lot different when this car was built. 1907, they angle parked on here along with the horse and buggies. A lot of these buildings had big awnings, all glass front ends. Hey, the light turned green for us. The street probably, when this was built, was probably gravel or dirt. I don't know that they had any pavement back then.